I have a totem, right? The enemy has been routed, your lordship. We are receiving a vox signal requesting that we admit a convoy of shuttles on board for an audience. The augurs have confirmed that the shuttles are unarmed and belong to the forces that aided us in battle. Do you wish to welcome the guests? So, Aeldari, Winterscale, and Chorda. Nice. Here we go.
Welcome our guests and usher them to the bridge.
I mean, also they supported us, so they deserve that. Interesting, is that a Harlequin? I think so. I think a Harlequin actually aided us. Not just any Aeldari. Sporting a holstered autogun you haven't seen before, Generous Denrock clears his throat before he begins. Reporting, Lord Captain. The attack on the ship has been repelled. All decks have been cleared of trespassers. All breaches have been or are being mended. You have eminent visitors who wish to congratulate you on your victory. It could also be that both fights were easier due to us having 3 allies. Because I think you could also have just like 0. Caligos Winterscale has grown hollow-cheeked and pale. Instead of the graceful movements of a fierce predator, he now lurches like a lame bird. Despite us healing him, the augmetics in his broken back are unable to make him as light-footed as he once was. He lets out a tired sigh and says joylessly,
We meet again, Edward.
Incendia voice locking eyes with you. Her cheeks twitches nervously as she says, I've briefly suspended my exile so I can wish you luck on your travels. True, she exiled herself. The Harlequin, paying no attention to the anxious glances of the crew, takes a bow. Interesting, Nocturne is actually helping us. You've established a unique relationship with the Xenos known as the Aeldari. Cool. Kinda invading Chorda's space, but hey. Behold in silence, merchant vagabond, the crossroads laid before you at this time. The laugh of jest unending has declared, your dance adroit and worthy of applause. And I, his words mute echo, now arise, to send you on your merry way at last. I think he just said that he supported us? Generous sighs. The Xenos simply materialized on the bridge, whereupon the enforcers simply refused to approach it. After all, the enemy of humanity has not acted aggressively in any way as of yet. Oh, come on, he helped us. Multiple times.
Caligos, I see your wounds could not stop you from paying me a call.
Winterscale grins bitterly.
No, it takes more than a broken back to fix my bad temper. Why did you decide to interfere? Quit feigning coy, Edward. You know very well why. I'm here because I owe you. Alas, Winterscales never find themselves in debt for long. Besides, I've never liked Calcazar. Your acknowledgement of me as a threat speaks to the trustworthiness of your intuition. And now that you have decided to take on the Lord Inquisitor, I would much rather align myself with a tried and true ally than someone of dubious repute.
Understandable.
So, what do you mean to do next? Correct mistakes. Save what is left of my protectorate. Find the worlds lost to the warp storm. Drive Xenos out. Weed out the final Dawn infiltrators and negotiate peace with House Chorda.
The spite with which Caligos spits out the word peace makes him look like his old self for just a brief moment. But hey, less fighting, that's good. Put, I'm proud of you.
Choose your next path with care. Ever since even a single step has brought excruciating pain, I've been very cautious about the paths I choose.
Brazenness still colors the contours of Winterscale's smile, but the spite has vanished. Sounds much more healthy. But kinda sad, I think he's not going to accompany us, because I was wondering if maybe we could get him to accompany us. Oh, nice Naruto mug. Yeah, I rarely use that on the stream, but I really like it.
My greetings to you, Incendia. Now that you're no longer preoccupied with finding heretics, you've plenty more time on your hands, I see.
Much has changed since the days I ruled Footfall. I hope so.
So, why did you side with me?
I may not see as clearly now as I once have, but visions have not altogether forsaken my mind, and I sense some vile enterprise being plotted where you are going. You are able to stop it, therefore your path must be clear. Nice. I never thought that Insenia would help us at the beginning when we first met her.
Have you really renounced serving the cause of justice?
Never. My heart is forever with the Emperor, and I am a poor instrument of his will. I will serve the cause of justice, but I have no right to exact it. And so I entrust this tool of judgment to you. Is she offering to join us? Is she talking about herself as a tool? Poor instrument, entrust this tool. I would say so.
Are you going back to your domain now?
Yes. Being here awakens such terrible desires within my heart. To be the bringer of justice, the passer of verdicts. I must keep the Expanse safe from myself. I must return my solitude. And Senya is also iconoclast. Do you think so? For me, she was also pretty dogmatic. Like, very much into the Emperor stuff and all that.
Emperor be with you.
Apparently she's not joining us. May it be my destined lot to attain comprehension of his ways, his wishes, and his will.
Nocturne of Oblivion, your visit is certainly unexpected.
The briefest moment I will here abide, the lull between two heartbeats, nothing more. Your deeds have left their mark in memory's halls, where few among your kin have earned a place. The merchant vagabond's grand tales I keep, and be the steadfast guard of every page. Oblivion's nocturne will be heard no more, for with these words I play my final chord. Farewell is not an ending, but a thread that leads you into new drama's web. It was just here to say a short and quick hello. Odd. Really odd guy. Oh hey, but we got something. Vote pendant. Requires iconoclast votary. Yes, we can do this. The start of each turn, except for extra turns, the wearer gains plus resolve momentum for each ally with 50% or less wounds. Unfortunately, we're not hit enough to do that. Narlecan starts taking off his mask like he's about to reveal what is beneath it, but before you can make out his features, he laughs and vanishes in a blue haze. Where the mysterious Xenos just stood, his parting gift remains.
Factotum, report on the state of the ship and the crew.
The Factotum coughs. A minor damage to the outer plating in the midship hull, and negligible personal losses as the result of an offensive action by enemy boarding parties. The key systems are in order. The Engineering reports impeccable compliance on the part of the machine spirits. In other words, we are full combat ready, Lord Captain.
I need to set off.
Off we go. Oh. Tell me, Jordan looks up at you with obvious effort. Is there any leniency in your soul for one who has strayed? Your crusade is a worthy endeavor, and I long to be part of it. Let you stand in judgment over others. I shall be but your instrument. And there we are again. I think we can recruit her.
I shall give you a chance to justify even some small portion of your deeds.
Wasting no time on meaningless good luck wishes, your distinguished guests leave the bridge in solemn and respectful silence. Interesting, now we have a rogue trader in our retinue. I wonder if you could also get Winterscale. Maybe if you don't convince him to repent. The Voidborn raises his ever-gloomy eyes to you. The enemy is defeated, Lord Captain. We are ready to begin the spatial translation. And Edward surveys the bridge one last time. Dozens of pairs of eyes hang on your every gesture, your every sigh. Every crew member waits with bated breath, lest the mix the crux of your address.
Yeah, start the translation procedure.
Chapter 5.
Gate, long impenetrable for the rogue trader, was at last ready to reveal its secrets.
So it was active, we didn't have to activate it.
After gathering allies and preparing to venture into the unknown, the Lord Captain plunged headlong into the darkness that held ancient nightmares. And
This looks like some sick showdown. Debris of Batiada. I want to talk to Torda first. Translation complete, Lord Captain. Current coordinates unknown and indeterminable. All that's in the ship's immediate vicinity, the dimensional gate that has gone into passive mode, and a large amount of debris. No enemies detected. Lord Ulfar may need to be informed that the coordinates his esteemed brothers travel to match location somewhere in these star systems. And there we go. Hopefully his pack survived.
Everything has a reason. The threads of me and my brother's weirds are tied together. I see Blackmane's will in our meeting finally approaching. Let us find them, aid fodder, for such is our destiny's wish. So, what exactly happened to the dimensional gates?
The engineers have proposed a hypothesis that it has entered some kind of recharge mode. After accumulating enough energy for a new translation, it will activate again. Or at least that's what all of us want to believe. Badly. Let's hope we can go back.
What kind of debris?
Other ships which were destroyed? These are ship carcasses. Judging by the markings, they were part of the Lord Inquisitor's fleet and likely acted as a patrol force. The damage doesn't look like it came from any weapon we know, and the way the debris are scattered suggests that the battle was short. Someone attacked and destroyed every one of them in the blink of an eye. Someone we have never encountered before. A new threat? I kind of thought it was just like the translation going awry or something.
So, what is this place?
I can't say, your lordship. These are unfamiliar stars, and the system is not listed in our astrogational data. We are in uncharted territory. Astro what?
We are going after the Lord Inquisitor.
As you command, your lordship. If I may just point out, the expedition equipment prepared in advance for your lordship, and your retinue has been maintained well and is ready for use at your order. The gifts passed to us by your esteemed allies from the Footfall have likely been inventoried and prepared for service. Neurostimulant, advanced medikit, and tester grenades. Good thing we don't use those things.
Excellent.
I'm delighted to be of use, your lordship. I wonder if part of the crew is like, oh no, what are we going to do? You've jumped into an uncharted sector on the edge of the Expanse. The dimensional gate is closed, and you are currently cut off from the rest of the Koronus Expanse. Hence, point of no return. You cannot return to previous systems or chart routes to them. Project rate management is also unavailable, and you have no way to contact faction trade representatives. There's no way back. There's no way back, and it is pointless to look anywhere but ahead. Establish routes to the new systems in the uncharted sector on the map and go forth to meet the inevitable. Oh fun! Let's go and talk with Insania first. We got a new companion! Isn't that great? Alistair, did you also get new companions in Act 5? That is so cool. I hope she's also voiced. Maybe we can also ask her lots of questions and get to know her a little bit more. Then again, she was never voiced. Is she going to be voiced? Let's see. Insania. With a neurotic twitch of a pale cheek, Insania offers you a resolute nod. We find ourselves in a grim place, Edward. It frightens me to think of the horrors that dwell here. I only hope that we have the strength to fulfill our duty to the people of the Expanse. You killed her cause of dogmatic. Did you get another additional companion? What happened to Caligus in your Let's Play, in your playthrough?
So, what do you make of these systems?
No human should have to journey to a place as dire as this. We are wandering in a graveyard of ancient terrors. What? That sounds kinda like a spoiler. How do you know what's happening here? We are wandering in a graveyard of ancient terrors whose existence strains the mind to knowledge. Touching their relics, reading the words, you can say how it will change us. You can say if we even ought to return inhabited worlds after this, befouled as we will be by the poison of this Xenos darkness is feeding us. Ancient terrors. That kinda sounds like Necrons.
Do you realize that our meeting with Calcazar may end in battle? Do you not? Are you ready?
The Lord Inquisitor, I once thought of him as an impeccable, pious and devout servant of the Emperor, but he used me as a tool, and when I started doubting myself, I started doubting him. I was a monster and he... I have a feeling that he may be a monster just as terrible, and monsters must be destroyed.
You have changed.
My hands are no longer sore murder, but my fingers are forever stained with blood. I had too high an opinion of myself, but shame pierced the shell of my hubris. I do not wish this feeling upon you, to realize that your ideals and deeds were shaped by another's manipulation.
So, what will you do now?
Subdued my wrathful spirit. My servants concede to the needs of my protectorate, while I must ensure that my hands hold prayer beads rather than the reins of power. And that, whatever weapon I wield, I use it to protect the people of the Expanse instead of smiting them. So she's still a rogue trader. She's still at the head of the protectorate, but just delegates? That sounds like brewing disaster. Ah, so you also saved Caligus Alistair because you picked Iconoclast? And the magic would be to kill him.
Has your faith truly wavered so greatly in such a short time?
No, I remain truly devoted to him, but the fire that once fueled my faith is gone. I can see the future that I rendered with his name on my lips, and was akin to a graveyard. A field of towering statues proclaiming his glory, and not a single flaw among them, for all who had been found flawed without... For all who had been found flawed would be lying dead. I do not believe that humanity leading towards such a future is the Emperor's will. True? I wonder what demon's influence corrupted her. Was it themed? Because I mean, it could also be corn, but it was not really bloody enough for that, right? More like twisted.
Tell me, why did you choose to come with me, truly?
After a long pause, Insenia says, reluctantly, I seek forgiveness. I did far too many things that cannot be explained or corrected. I hope... Blessed Edward, I hope that out there in the darkness I shall get a chance to die with dignity, and thus absolve myself of even some small portion of my wrongdoing. Going the martyr's path.
Thank you for your candor.
Thank you for making the existence possible.
So, do you think I've made a worthy rogue trader?
An interesting question. The first time we can actually ask someone that. I wish not to speak ill of Theodora, but you treat people with far more grace and nobility than she ever did. Guided by your hand, your protectorate flourishes and your people extol you. And if it is so, then what does my opinion matter? I was impressed by your decision to grant rights to the people of your capital world. Most rulers are afraid of the subjects, but you are not one of them. Alright, Mother-chan, have a very good night, and hope to see you on Sunday or some of the next times. All the best and have a great week. Do you want to know who the heretic companion is? I would guess either Conrad, and I can't imagine that, because he seems to really hate us. If it's someone we met, I would guess probably the Psyker, right? Or Alon. But sure, tell me. In a time of trials, the Emperor sent a true leader to the Koronus Expanse. Just as your servants from Faustone selflessly lit void beacons to save lost souls from death, so have you, through your tireless toils, become a beacon of hope to us all. Neat. Not voiced, but still nice. We're not taking her along, cause... yeah, no. I just wonder... what archetypes, yes. Soldier and Master Tactician, interesting. Haha, it is Orlon. Neat. He's the secret evil companion. Can Caligus also become your companion? Let's scan some planet scores Why not? Having scanned the surface, officers report the remains of an exploration camp, to which a team of scouts is immediately sent. The scouting party is confused. All the equipment bears the Von Valencia's coat of arms, but there's no trace of anyone other than the rogue trader servants. Did Theodora go here before?
Find out what happened.
The scouts find traces of gunfire on the field equipment. A single unarmed data crypt is found on one of the cogitators. A group of tech priests successfully decrypt part of the data, including an order to eliminate the exploration team, signed by Theodora von Valencias. Not far from the camp is a pit full of charred bones and fragments of armor bearing the rogue trader's coat of arms. Why did she kill her exploration team? The scout's report leaves Abelard with conflicting feelings. Despite his certainty that her Lady Lordship Theodora would not give such an order without very good reason, Abelard's expression is somber, like a missionary who lost his faith. Theodora was definitely not just a little bit heretical. Winter's Gate should have been a companion here, but he's bugged on Iconoclast playthrough. Oh damn, and still is? That sucks. Sure, I can join on dogmatic playthroughs. I didn't know this at first, so I killed her by accident. Yeah, cause I am confused. Cause I mean, if we didn't clear like Caligus from the Chaos influence, I don't think he could become like a companion. Weird. Sad that it's bugged, especially after 4 months, right? Well. This looks weird. The rocky world is bound in ice and shrouded in a thick fog of dark clouds. August traced a faint signal to an area under the ice alongside a distress call with encryption matches that used by the Lord Inquisitor and his teams. And we decrypt the transmission coming from the planet. And we are really bad at tech use, cause we don't have Pasqal anymore. But we still succeeded. Lex interrogators quickly and effortlessly break the clever code. The transmission goes as follows. Acolyte 17-1, Lord Inquisitor. In the event, horrific vision occurred. Goodbye. The Emperor protects. Horrific vision? Winter's Gate can join evil playthroughs as a follower of Khorne. Makes sense. But sad that you can't redeem him and take him along. Especially if it's a bug. Why didn't they fix that? It sounds like a stupid decision, but let's descend to the planet's surface and find the signal's source. Here we go. We will see. This looks evil. And this looks like Necron stuff. Black and green. Glowing. Barely perceptible, heavy thrumming permeates the walls of the crypt, which are adorned with strange geometric shapes. The walls appear as if they were cast from a single piece of metal, and seem impressively durable. It is impossible to gauge how many centuries have passed since they were built.
Is there money to be made?
Yay, blood on the floor. The blackened tracks of blood extend further, leading you into the depths of the corridor. Take this door.
Rise to the top, or get left in
They
the
both lead to the
dust.
same big room. Why is there so much blood? And this text kind of looks like a tomb. A rotten, metallic scent wafts from the pool of dried blood. An uneven ripple runs across the steel surface. The symbols covering it tremble and blend into each other. None stay in your memory for longer than a second. It is definitely Xenos stuff, and I would guess
backup plan.
Necron. Do we have anything to improve our tech use? I mean, 100 is already the best we can do, I think. But I think we also lost all the equipment that Pasqal had. Well, or more logic, but logic is not tech use. What a smart thing to say. Tech use. 20 tech use, 20 logic. Just for the time being, am I going to change those, I'd say. I mean, how much is that? Plus 8%, that is nice. 75% sounds
Just
better.
as I planned.
The surface with the symbols trembles like rippling water, but it has no effect on you. That was fast. The vid screen awakens at your touch. Status: beginning data transmission to the sacred calculator. Missing data. Its finiteness. We have embarked on a new trajectory amid the stars. Missing data and symbols. Before existence. Missing data.
Let us not dawdle.
All those things look like doors, but they are not doors. The bloody streaks seem even more grim in the green subterranean glow.
I always keep my options open.
It looks so evil. It really looks like a place where you don't want to be, even without the blood. Oh boy, that's carnage. The Inquisitor soldiers are dead. Something unspeakable mutilated the bodies and dumped them together in a pile.
Always keep your eye on the
Do
prize.
we really want to activate the cogitator? A rotting corpse slumped over the cogitator. What force could have thrown it? Military equipment and mechanisms for sacred machines. Everything is untouched.
Too hard for a simple monkey?
The sight of the Xenos symbols is repulsive, but your will is strong. At the press of a key, the vid screen displays the following. Status: beginning data transmission to the sacred calculator. It's just the same. Or not. Missing data. Shunning the imperfections of flesh, its transience and its finiteness. Missing data. The new preserving a bond with the old through rhythm. Images. Missing data. Imperfections of the flesh.
Keep your wits about you.
I think it's really Necrons. Which means we should go. The cogitator was installed here recently before it was destroyed by an unknown weapon.
I have learned much in my exile.
The column emits a low roar, but you are able to withstand it. The vid screen awakens at your touch. Status: beginning data transmission to the sacred calculator. Missing data. And have become immortal. We have become missing data. Turns to darkness. It shall be conquered, and it shall tremble in fear. Yeah, because the Necrons kinda became immortal.
I
At what
always
cost,
have
though?
a backup plan.
Tall pillars stretch upward from the abyss of pale mist, seemingly rising from the void itself. Looking at the greenish haze makes your body feel sluggish with weariness.
Let us not dawdle.
I wonder if there's one more. We can continue here. The monstrous structure looms majestically over you. The energy split into the air obstructs your mind. For a moment, it seems that not only are you studying the obelisk, but it is also studying you. Very reassuring.
Rise to the top or get left in
But
the
I mean,
dust.
if there's something, probably Necrons, around here killing Inquisition forces, where are they now? Is this a trap? I want to see if there's another one of
I always
those
keep my options open.
cogitators, but I think we're 3, right? Oh, this is a different thing. I think we analyzed all of them. This cogitator was installed here recently before it was destroyed by an unknown weapon. Yeah, the Inquisition was... What is the Inquisition trying to do here?
Is there money to be made?
What the heck? Could we just leave again? Probably, but let's use the cogitator in the middle. What could go wrong? Everything. Several disfigured corpses in the uniforms of the Inquisition soldiers have have been tossed in a grotesque pile between the cogitator and the last obelisk-like statue. The killers left no trace, but you have the nagging, oppressive feeling that the very walls are watching you. The air, thick with electricity, and the heavy stench of rotting flesh only makes that feeling worse. Closing his eyes and sniffing noisily, the wolf snarls grimly.
What killed those mortals is still near. I can smell it. A lifeless stench. Not like a corpse, but like the iron teeth in Mordecai's maw.
Where are they hiding? A message is blinking impatiently on the cogitator's vidscreen. Process, linguistic analysis, algorithm 54782136. Status, awaiting data cataloging, active information panels. Can we learn the Necron language? Linguistic analysis. And Edward examines the machine. You've never seen a cryptographic machine as intricate and unorthodox as this one. The numerous sacred seals of algorithmic asceticism suggest that the spirit dwelling within is exceptionally cunning and powerful, privy for forbidden knowledge. And Edward tries to extract the data concerning the mechanism's masters. The mechanism, having served the Inquisition so faithfully, is loath to part with its secrets. One after another, menacing scarlet dots light up on its casing. Let's continue the attempt. The ruthless intrusion into the cogitator's memory chambers yield the following message. Prepare for the start of Operation Precious Sentinel. The horrific vision event may come to pass. Orders to abort the research mission and join the contingent on Epitaph. Codes for traversing the minefields are attached. The message has an attachment containing the astronomical coordinates of a planet along with some binary code. Codes for traversing the minefields. Neat. Priority 0. Contact with Barrier Squadron lost during Dimensional Gate recharging. No confirmation received of gate being sealed. Stay on high alert. Regarding that someone killed the Inquisition troops. The cogitator shrieks indignantly, lighting up with blinding red indicators and letting out a high-frequency howl. A word appears across the entire width of the vidscreen. Algorithm 0002. Intrusion. When the ringing in your ear subsides, you realize you hear something else. Someone's heavy footsteps. The vindictive machine spirit triumphantly displays a blinking prophetic message.